So before we learn how to play the mezmor, I want to show you guys how to read the bottom tabs. When you learn guitar, they're called tabs. So I just tried to implement it when I play karar. So the tuning for the karar, so the third string will be our first note. So this would be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. And then when you read the bottom, so think of it. So let me just turn the karar. How to read those notes at the bottom, it's if you were to turn your karar like this. So 1 would be the third string, so it would be, oh my gosh, I'm gonna drop it. 1 would be this string. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So this would be 1. So this is that's how you would read it. So for the tuning, I gotta move this. Okay, so for the tuning, the first note is a B. Second note is a C sharp. Third note is a D sharp. Fourth note is an F sharp. And then the last note is a G sharp. And then I'll put the tunings up here, up the top of the screen. So let's start with the first bar. I broke it up into little bars, so it's easier to learn. But we'll just play it slowly, and then if there's anything I need to inform you guys about, I'll mention that. So let's do the first bar. So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then 4. So you have to know how the mezmor sounds in order for you to play it. It will take trial and error, but most of this stuff is like self-learn or self-taught. So let's play the first bar. I'll play it slowly, so if you guys want to follow along, just follow along. So we're starting with 1. So that's emevété, the first word. And then the next part. So the next part, you have to play this a little bit fast. So 2, 3, 4. That's supposed to be played fast. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the reason why you're strumming the first note 4 times is just to get the timing right when you sing the mezmor, so you don't throw off the tempo. And then let's move on. So let's play the full bar together. I'll play it slowly. We'll do it one more time. I'll try to play slower this time. I think I played it a little too fast. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now on to the second bar. Alright, so the second bar is pretty easy. I'll show you guys how to transition from the first bar to the second bar right after, but so let's play this second bar. I'll play it slowly, and I don't know if you noticed, but at the very bottom I've put the lyrics in, but I put them in according to line up with each number, so you know how to sing it and when to press each string. So for the first one, so for the first note in the second bar, we'll play it slowly. the second bar. We'll do it again. And that's the second bar. So now when we transition from the first bar to the second bar, I'll play slowly. We'll do it all together. The first and the second bar again. So now we get to the second part, which would be I think line number 2. So alright, so we're gonna play the second part of the song. So the second line, we'll do the first bar together slowly. It does get confusing here, but if you, like I said before, if you do know how to sing the mezmor or how it goes, it should be a little bit easier for you. So let's play the first bar of the second line. So it does get a little confusing there. For the part where you repeat the ones like 6 times, when it doesn't matter how many times you do it or how you do it. So like another way you could do it is starting from the second yegenet mushara. Yegenet mushara. Doesn't matter how you play it, just as long as you make it flow with the mezmor. So like the other variation would be as long as you make it flow with the mezmor, or as long as it sounds good with it, then you should be okay. So we'll play the last part together. I'll do it slowly. So starting from the first bar of the second line, I'll go slowly and I'll put the tabs at the bottom for you guys to follow. So I'll try to go slow here. that's how you play the mezmor. And try to take your time with it. Learn bar by bar. You don't have to learn the entire thing in one sitting or one day. Don't force yourself, because if you try to speed it up, you tend to mess up a lot more. So my advice to you guys when you're learning is that take your time. You have to go. You could go string by string, bar by bar. Just as long as you learn slowly, you should be able to play the mezmor really easy. So just take your time. There's no rush. Um, but yeah. And also you could feel free. You don't have to play the way that I play it. Um, Whatever works for you works for you, as long as it goes well with the mezmor. And yeah. So right now I'll show you guys how I play my version of it. So the version that I taught you guys was the simplified version. But let's say if I were to play this with the mizammerans, like the choir and stuff, I'll show you guys how I would play it. There are similarities, right? But I just do a little bit of add-ons. But you guys will see how I do it. Um, so oh, and also when I play, I use the sixth string as well when I play, but it's still the fourth note, or still my number four. So, for example, this is one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. It's the same note as this one, the first string. It's just an octave higher, so it's just higher. So I'll show you guys how I would play the mezmor if I were to play it for the mezammerans. So this is how I would play it with the mezammerans, and keep in mind, this is a modified version of the one I taught you. The one I taught you was a simplified version, but you'll be able to hear similarities, and you could just see I just add on a couple things. But it just depends on the style, like how you play and stuff. You don't have to play the way that I did, but you can also feel free to take some ideas from this sample. So yeah, so this is how I would play it with the mezammerans. እመቤቴ ከላላዬ ረዳቴ የገነት ሙሽራ እመቤቴ ከላላዬ ረዳቴ የገነት ሙሽራ That's how I would play it. Feel free to take some ideas, or hopefully I've inspired you to at least or motivated you to play this mezmor. It is a little bit difficult, but like I said, if you know how to sing it, or you know how it's supposed to go in your head, playing these mezmor should be easier. And I also do recommend try to test yourself. Try not to look at the numbers, and try to go off of how it sounds in your head. So let's say you just learned how to play it. So now don't look at the numbers, or don't look at your strings. Just try to sing the mezmor and try to play it at the same time. It's a little bit challenging, but trust me, it goes a long way. So that's it.